All right, thanks for being here tonight. First action item. First of all, before we get into all the action items, we had some greeters outside, I believe, that we would love to introduce. If you want to mind coming forward.
Oh, I see JB's on the.
Yeah, is JB online? Before we get too much farther, it's on. I will. I'll do it.
Online. There you
Awesome. You could just tell us who you are, what school you're at, and what's going on there.
Hi, I'm Ashley Schreiber. I'm 11th grader at Sumner High School, and we are all here to support JRTC tonight.
Hi, I'm Logan Stoker. I'm an 11th grader at Sumner High School, and I'm here for the same reason.
And I'm Jaden Pepperdine. I'm also an 11th grader, and I'm also here for the same reason, to greet all of you.
Awesome. Is there anything you could tell us what's going on this year with your JROTC program? Anything you're excited about?
We have an upcoming Raider competition on March 17th that we are prepping for.
So it looks like coming up on our radar, we are doing a Memorial Day ceremony at Sumner High School this year, which is gonna be pretty cool. We have our award ceremony, multitudinous color guard events, our color guard captains over here. We also have our Raider person who's in charge of all of our cool physical activities. And I think that's some of the big counterpoints we have going on right now.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your presence. You're good to go.
Thank you.
I don't think I had the authority to necessarily dismiss. You're dismissed. Yeah, he could take care of it. All right. So first order of business is to excuse Aaron Marquardt, who is on spring break, much deserved. Hopefully getting in some good relaxation. And then just JB is online joining us via Zoom. All right. So first line of action, the administration recommends that the board of directors approve the April 16th, 2025 board meeting agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? We can hear you, JB. That's awesome. All
Oh,
right,
good.
motion passes.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It works well.
It's working. Just the voice from above. All right. Next action item is our consent items. As you've had in your packet, the administration recommends that the board of directors approve the consent agenda items for April 16, 2025 board meeting. I have a motion.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Awesome. Any discussion?
I want to thank the donations,
Mhm.
the folks responsible for the donations that very,
Yeah, the Sumner Bonnie Lake Education Foundation did a donation, and then the Shelley Malum donation. Really appreciated. So thank you. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. All right. So we have some recognition items tonight. No? Okay. Okay. Any superintendent comments then?
Yeah, I'd like to welcome to the podium Ellie McDaniel, our Executive Director of Elementary next year. So this will be the first time
Yeah.
in waiting, yes. This will be the first time that Ellie introduces two of our new principals to the board. Beth Dykeman is here. Yep, kind of coaching her through it. So we're all teachers. We never stop being teachers. So Ellie, welcome to the board.
My first time doing this. Yep,
Plenty of practice.
slowly taking things over. All right, well, can I have Jill come on up with me here? So I am thrilled to announce that Jill Dornan will be our next principal at Crestwood Elementary. Go Orcas. Yeah. Oh, you already got it down. A passionate and proven leader, Jill is deeply committed to creating a positive, inclusive learning environment. She's known for building strong relationships, communicating with compassion and clarity, and leading with both her heart and skill. At Bonnie Lake Elementary, Jill partnered closely with families to support student learning, implemented data-driven strategies, and fostered a school culture grounded in equity and student success. Before coming to our district, we're so lucky to have her. She was an assistant principal in the Fife School District for 5 years after a decade of classroom teaching in kindergarten and second grade, I believe. Yep. Jill lives in Buckley with her husband, Matt, who's here, and her son Hudson. Hudson, raise your hand. And their beloved black mix, Molly.
Dog's not here.
We are so excited to welcome you as the next principal at Crestwood. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. I think it has been almost 365 days since I stood here last. Again, Ellie kind of mentioned, thank you for that note as well. She mentioned that I was born and raised in the Fife School District, so proud of my education, but man, had I known the systems and the love and how this district is run and led, I would have tried to be here a long time ago. I am so excited to lead Crestwood. I was there this morning at their staff meeting, got to meet them, and I just already felt at home. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm honored and excited and can't wait to get started. Go Orcas!
Awesome. Congratulations.
Hey, Sarah. I'm equally thrilled to be announcing that Sarah Thompson will be the new principal at Donald Eisman Elementary. She currently serves as the assistant principal there and is more than ready for this well-deserved next step. Sarah is a compassionate and capable leader and truly understands the many facets of school leadership. She brings a strong instructional focus, deep expertise in professional learning communities, and a sincere commitment to helping every staff member grow. She leads with both her heart and insight, making thoughtful decisions and responding quickly and effectively when things matter most. Prior to her role at Donald Eisman, Sarah was the assistant principal at Liberty Ridge Elementary and dean of students in the White River School District after 8 years in the classroom teaching, I believe, first, third, and fourth.
Got it.
Awesome. Lots of experience. Sarah lives in Bonnie Lake with her husband, and together they have a lively blended family of 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls, ranging in age from 3 to 24. That's impressive. I struggle with 3. Sarah, we are so excited to have you as the next principal at Donald Eisman. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you.
Congratulations.
This last year at Donald Eisman has been amazing. So when they told me that I was going to continue to be there as a principal, I couldn't be more excited to continue to serve that community and staff and students. And I'm just looking forward to what's next to come.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. All right. Next on the agenda, we have board member comments. JB, you want to go first?
Thank you. I just wanted to, let's see, last week, I guess I have 2 things I wanted to talk about. One was I wanted to just kind of acknowledge, and I know we already acknowledged it a little bit, the generous donations that we received. And one of those was for substitute teachers to participate in, so that teachers could participate in lesson study. And it made me remember how important having this type of a support system for our teachers to grow and develop really is. Because when we were at Daffodil Elementary, when the board was able to go there and visit to learn a little bit about the new math programs and that were being instituted and watch some of that in action, I know that one of the things that they talked a lot about was the opportunity for the teachers to get away in a group with their TOSA and to practice these new these new lesson plans, these new ways of delivering our math curriculum, and how important that was. So anyway, this brought me back to what we had seen. And I always think that that's so important, that we're able to see these things and then to see the support that we're getting from the outside, from the Sumner Bonnie Lake Education Foundation to help that become a reality is really great. And the other thing I just wanted to say is that I was able to visit yesterday with Tom and Dr. Dent. We went to the DA3 regional meeting for WASDA. And this was an opportunity for us, particularly nice for us newer board members, to be able to get together with some of the regional board members and just get to introduce ourselves, meet them. Some of the WASDA membership as well was there present, their leadership, and also just an opportunity to learn and remind ourselves a little bit about what the board responsibilities are, what our roles are, and how to remain focused on those. I think one of the things that they focused on last night was that there's often a lot of noise. We get really busy and caught up in great ideas and opportunities and sometimes, issues. And how do you stay focused? And that was kind of a topic of discussion. And it was nice to be able to talk through that, not only with Tom and with Dr. Dent, but also with some of our fellow board members from across the region. And so that was a great experience. So that's really it for me for this last session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, JB. Tom or Bill, you want to go next?
Well, I really enjoyed the meeting last night too, seeing other schools, other council board members, their viewpoints and thoughts. So it helped me an awful lot to grow as in my new position here. I also this week went to Eli Hill and toured the school. It was remarkable seeing what was going on there, how the students enjoyed it, how they're growing with our district. And it was a great time to spend there to see how we can helping them move along and their future ideas and growing that school over there.
Nice. Awesome. That's good stuff. Thanks, Tom. Bill?
I want to start off with, contrary to popular belief, I'm not in trouble. I'm not away from everybody else because I was naughty this time. I really want to thank the district and Elle and her department. The publication that came out that highlighted our special needs students in the programs, especially the 19 to 21 program, and that was just tremendous. I started off almost 50 years ago in special education, teaching in the classroom and job placements in that. And I know how important that work is for those students and their families. And I just really enjoyed what was produced. And I think it's just another great example that all means all. So thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the Scoop 320 newsletter is really nice to see great information being put out there. So some of the things I've recently attended, last night was a double booking. So some of us went to the event that you went to, and some of us attended the Equity Advisory Council, and we're able to hear a lot of good feedback from our students. We had good student presence there, kind of talking about their lived experiences within our buildings, especially being students of color. So I attended that. And then recently also attended the Sumner High School Benefit Night, which was great to see them, the community come out and give back to a family in need. And it was just a really great program, and hopefully raised a lot of money. So yeah. All right. So that brings us.
Hey, I just want to
Yeah.
point out that Michelle Johnson is here, who teaches in our community-based transition program, and does a fantastic, fabulous job. So thank you. I mean, the Scoop 320 is, I mean, when Elle put that together, it just warms my heart because we all means each, right? We represent every child in this district, every student, every intern. And Michelle, along with Aaron Williams, they just do a great job. And Karen, I mean, that will be part of your legacy that you leave, is that program is so strong. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get a chance to read the Scoop 320, it had some really great information about that. Kind of a quick summary on that program is just for our special education students. We get the opportunity to keep them until they're 21 or just before the day before their 21st birthday. 22 now, right? Sorry. So that changed this year, 22. So we get the opportunity to keep them, and they're in this program where they are interns. They go out into the community. We have tons of community businesses that welcome them in, give them jobs and training. And so it's just a really good, it's community-based transition. It shows them how to transition from high school into the community and into the workforce. It wasn't that long ago that they would have just graduated, and then what? What do they do? And so I think I've seen it now for as long as I've been doing this, that they really do a great job with those students, and they are ready to enter the world and be, great contributing members. So it's a really cool program. Yeah. All right. Anything else? We'll head to audience comments.
Kevin, can I, one last thing? I also wanted to say, one of the things I did, I was able to go to the Daffodil Parade. I was able to volunteer down there and watch things. And I just wanted to say, that's not a school district, so not a school district event, but our district, if you went to the Daffodil Parade, our district is so well representative from our, the Grand Marshal in Marilee, riding along there in one of the cars to both high school bands. They come down and you take notice, and it's really impressive, along with our dance and our cheer squads for both the high schools. And then I don't know if it was new this year that we put all the middle schools together, but wow, that was so great to see all three of our middle school bands marching together. It really made an impression. And I know, it marched down, Main Street of Sumner, and we watched that, and we can feel proud about it. But it's also marching through Tacoma and Puyallup, and I think that that's such a great representation throughout our region of our district, even though it's not a district sponsored event. It's our kids, and I was certainly walked away really proud. So just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for mentioning that. I mean, I know that she doesn't like it when we do this, but we do have the Grand Marshal here in the room tonight. And that is a big honor to be Grand Marshal of that parade, especially across Tacoma, Puyallup, Sumner, and Orting. And so it just goes to show what a tremendous job that person does every day, that she deserved that honor. So
Marilee, could you see us on the side? Okay.
we had our sign.
Okay.
Yep. All right, audience comments?
The board recognizes the value of public comment on education issues and the importance of involving members of the public in its meetings. Comments from the public are taken under board advisement and may or may not receive action at a future meeting. Topics including charges or complaints against employees, employment, or dismissal of personnel, acquisition of real estate, lawyer-client relationships, campaigning, and parameters for negotiations should not be discussed in audience comments. Other information, questions, or problems can usually be addressed by district staff. The audience comment period will end when all registered speakers have been heard, and we ask that everyone adhere and understand the following guidelines. In order to maintain respect for all points of view, the school board requests no clapping, booing, or any other form of support or non-support. The board will not respond to comments, but will take them under advisement. Speakers should be courteous and professional. Refrain from using profanity, vulgar language, threatening, or defamatory comments. As a reminder, individuals are not permitted to name a specific staff member, board member, or student during public comments. Failure to do so may result in the board president or designee interrupting or ending the comment. Remember, your words have impact, and you are responsible for your words. We caution all speakers that it is possible that your statements could violate the rights of others under various laws, including laws protecting privacy and laws prohibiting defamation. If you're unsure of the legal effect of your remarks, please seek independent legal advice. In any case, we ask that you help us model for our students what a respectful and inclusive community looks and sounds like. Speakers who registered by noon yesterday will be heard. When your name is called, please come to the podium and state your name. Address comments to the school board as a whole. You will have 3 minutes to speak and may not cede or give your time to another speaker. And I will signal you with the bell when 1 minute remains. Our first audience comment is from Janet Oliver.
Hello, I'm Janet Oliver, and I have 3 grandchildren in this school district. So I'm concerned about House Bill 1296. The legislature has amended our original Parents' Rights Initiative to include a bigger emphasis on gender-inclusive school policy, which incorporates President Biden's redefined Title IX and includes protections for the undefined term gender-expansive students. More and more children, adolescents, are deciding to be a different gender, opposite of the one they were born with. 4 of my granddaughter's friends decided in the 5th grade that they would be lesbians, and when they entered the 6th grade, they decided they were transgender. This is being promoted as a perfectly doable and natural thing, It's not natural to change your sex. Right now, these girls are just pretending, but it could lead to a lifetime of drugs and irreversible surgeries. Gender dysphoria was originally named gender identity disorder and was defined as a mental health issue. Mental health therapy is needed by a mental health professional before any type of treatment is suggested. Is that kind of professional counseling available to children confused about their gender? HB 1296 also states that if a child is over 13, which would be 7th or 8th grade, and identifies as transgender, they could receive gender-affirming care without the parents knowing. I would love to hear a conversation like this if my granddaughter came to her school nurse or counselor. I think I'm a boy in a girl's body. Can you help me? My parents don't agree. Well, how about we talk to someone who knows all about your confusion and ask your parents to be part of the conversation. Let's see if we can help you work through this. So please encourage the children to allow their parents to be included. That would not violate the child's right to privacy. Let the parents and counselor find out what underlying issues the child may be having. Are they overly influenced by social media? Are they going through puberty? Does autism play a part? Are there stressful issues at school or at home? Please don't encourage their idea that if they change their gender, their confusion and problems will go away. And please provide parents with the transparency and inclusion that they clearly want and deserve. We are counting on you and the schools in our district to help protect our children from decisions that they are too immature to make for themselves. We are counting on you to stand with parents in their fight for transparency and their right to be their children's parents. Thank you.
Our next audience comment is Terry McCoy.
Good evening, Superintendent Dent and school board directors. Thank you all for being here and what you do for our district. Did I say my name already? So in the past, I've mentioned the vast amount of policies this board passes, and I'm still bewildered how you keep track whether or not they are met with success. So here goes with some policy comments. Senate Bill 5462 of 2024, which is now law, requires school districts to adopt inclusive curricula and select inclusive, age-appropriate instructional materials that include the histories, contributions, and perspectives of historically marginalized and underrepresented groups, including the LGBTQ+ community. The amendments and additions to RCW 28A 320.230 and additional sections makes mention of a wide variety of expenses to be paid by school districts in order to carry out the new changes. All the above activity has led up to this timeline. By June 1st, 2025, under RCW 28A 345.130, WASDA, with the assistance of OSPI, must review and update a model policy and procedure regarding course design, selection, and adoption of instructional materials. By October 1st of 2025, school boards must amend the policy and procedures required under RCW 28A 320.230 to conform with the model policy and procedure required. RCW 28A 605.005 states parents are the primary stakeholders in their children's upbringing, and I'm wondering how parents have been involved in the above process. And since parents have the chief interest or concern for their child's upbringing, will the opt-out process be the only option for parents who deem the material and/or activities inappropriate for their children? I personally don't know where our district currently finds itself in fulfilling the above requirements and of said instructional materials and expenses, but I'd like to learn how to learn. With the funding of our state public school systems in trouble and in question for a number of reasons, I'm interested in how our district is handling the financial aspects of implementing all the above. My hope is to schedule a Q&A with my district director to learn where our district fits in this timeline of policies, procedures, and expenses. These requirements seem like an enormously challenging undertaking, but I'm confident you all are doing your best to stay on top of it. Thank you.
Thank you. That ends our audience comment for this evening.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, on to our business matters. We have resolution number 13//24/25, non-renewal and reduction in force. Every year, as a common practice, the board adopts a resolution authorizing a reduction in force if necessary. Keyword, if necessary. In keeping with past practice, the district administration recommends the board adopt resolution number 13/24/25, authorizing a reduction in force if necessary. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Awesome. Any discussion? Just think it's very important to point out that this is a formality. We do this every year just in case, but generally don't need to use it. Yeah. So it's just a formality action that we take should we need it. All right. If no more discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right. Motion passes. Do we still have JB? Do we still have JB?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I said I. Just
Okay. I think you
trying
might
to be a
have
little
been.
more subtle. I don't
Yeah.
want to scare you guys.
Just want to make sure we get your voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next resolution. It is a recommendation of the administration recommends that Sumner Bonnie Lake School District School Board approve resolution number 14/2425, middle school into Holly architect agreement, authorizing the superintendent to execute the owner architect agreement to engage McGranahan PBK to provide architectural services for the new middle school into Holly. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Do I
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Other than it's really exciting.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. So seeing
Woohoo.
everything moving forward towards shovels in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? JB, what was your vote?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Next on the list, we have it is a recommendation of the administration that the board approve the McGranahan PBK architect agreement for the middle school into Holly project. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Awesome. Any discussion? Do you want to just briefly, quickly talk just say what the difference is between those since they're both the same architect?
Yeah, so item number 2 is the resolution that always goes with the contract. The resolution explains, it's like they have these things called recitals that tells the story of the contract and how we got here.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, and for that concludes our action items. For information only, you have a budget status report in your packet. Next on the agenda is another information only. So it's an instructional materials adoption. So in accordance with policy 2020, course design, selection, and adoption of instructional materials, the following resources have been reviewed and approved by the district curriculum and instructional materials committee. And the first one here on the list is Purposeful People. Sherry Thompson, Director of Whole Child, will submit a recommendation for the following instructional materials to be used in elementary K through 5 SEL curriculum. Again, this is a first reading, so for your information. Yeah, if there are any questions, anybody? Okay, awesome. All right. Next, policy matters. So in accordance with policy 1310, adoption and amendment of policies and bylaws, the following policies have been included again for first reading. Policy 2029, animals as part of the instructional program, and then 2029 F1, animals as part of the instructional program request form. In accordance with policy 1310, adoption and amendment of policies and bylaws, the following policies have been included for information only. 2029P, animals as part of the instructional program. So those are information only first readings. All right, so now we're on to presentation, correct? So we have Director of Technology and Operations, Robin Rich, to present a technology department update to the board.
Thank you, Dr. Lori Dent, President Kevin Lewis, and the Sumner Bonnie Lake Board of Directors. Today is a good day because I get to present something that's very dear to me, my department and this incredible team that I've been blessed to lead. To start everything off, we always start with our promise. We know, value, and support every student, teacher, in helping them graduate and with a promising future. It's a big deal to us. It resonates from the very top to the very bottom, and we're all blessed to be under your leadership, all of your leadership. School Board Policy 2022, the Sumner School Board directors recognize the effective public education system develops students who are globally aware, critically engaged, and capable of managing their lives and careers. The board also believes that the students need to be proficient and safe users of information, media, technology to be successful in the digital world. And that's what the Technologies Department's job is to provide. Here is a brief look at my incredible team. I'm very blessed to have the quality of people that I have, and I can't express that enough. If anybody's ever had an engagement with the technology team, I honestly believe you walked away with a very positive experience. Technology department, we are very passionate. We are very passionate. But just to give you a quick, brief overlook of what we did just in the last year and stuff, 7,600 work orders opened and closed, over 8,000 phone calls. We roughly support 40,000 devices. We roster and support through single sign over 40 software applications. And when I click the next one, I used to be in the past, I would provide you a beautiful list of all the things that we do, of all those applications we support. And that is the biggest security hole in the world, because I've just told everyone what we have. This is your key to break it. So, as in the ever-changing times, we move with it. So I'll just go over a quick few items that we go over. It's the access control is a big thing. Roger controls that world. I'm very impressed with him in doing that. The desktops and laptops, superstars. Our Tech 2s that we're running the computer right now. I can't thank the district enough, but we support a lot of devices. What is a strong who benefits from a strong technology department? Our students do. We improve their technology skills, we enhance their learning opportunities, and we better prepare for post-secondary education. That's our entire objective and goal with our students. And we live it and we work it. Very first thing on our list, if a student has an issue, they're our #1 priority. Not anything else, that student is. And we go out of our way to make sure that that's always our way in our department. The teachers, we give them effective instructional tools. We enhance their learning engagement, and we give them ongoing support. If they need training, we go out of our way to provide that for them. They're curious about something, we'll take the time. I can't tell you how many times I've walked in to Kyle Hill explaining everything from top to bottom to someone. Just the most impressive environment a fellow can work in. Staff, we provide robust security to ensure that you're safe, not only while you're at work, but that your data and everything that we're dealing with is safe. We provide effective access control, all the way from the very top and the bottom, and we give ongoing training and support. That's a big deal all the way around, no matter what we do. Just about anything in the district, if it's a digital platform, has to go through technology, whether we like it or whether we don't. And that's just the way the world is for us. Our community, this is a big one. We increase the access to the information that the school district has. We give them collaborative opportunities, and we foster a connected community. In summary, a strong technology department creates a collaborative ecosystem where every part of the community, students, teachers, staff, and community members have the tools, resources to support and thrive. It's a big deal to us, and we're trying to do our best. I'd like to speak a little bit about our technology internship program. I'm very proud of this. From the very beginning to the very end, we hire about 17 Sumner students. We started this program when I got here. It was already going, and now we have pushed it to where we only take our own. We're giving back to our community. And what does that give back really mean in the greater schemes? Because we always hear of a lot of kids getting internships and going out there. The very bottom one, please note, I have 4 full-time positions from this program that have been filled. And these aren't everyday silly programs. The district's lead data scientist, Luke, and he was an intern. Malcolm, that runs the entire wireless world and everything else, superstar in his own rights, he was an intern for us. And we just got Carter, which is amazing, and Matthew in the AV side. So very proud of this program. We're going to keep it on. We hire 18 every summer and stuff, and we try to keep the 3 best. Sometimes they all accept it, sometimes they don't, but we really dump our time and energy into those. And every one of these kids have an opportunity to walk out of here and go directly to Best Buy or any other computer shop, and they'll be hired instantly. That's huge. The goal of Sumner Bonnie Lake is to be responsible stewards of public funds by focusing on responsive, effective, and efficient operational practices. I want to first off thank all the voters that stepped up to the plate and allowed us to get this next levy. That was amazing all the way around. We will be great stewards of your money, and I promise we will get more than anyone asked for from this levy. I'm already doing it now. How are we funded? Well, last year you can see our general fund is basically the same way. It's basically the same within, $8,000. Our levy a little bit less. Our assurance funds about the exact same, and our E-rate last year was at 2 million. This year it's at only 250 because we exhausted all of our E-rate. You can only take so much money for them before they put you on a reset. So we have to wait all the way to September now to get the rest more, all the rest of our money. So we're excited about that. That's going to get us our new firewall, and that's going to be a big undertaking. I like to brag, the hardware team, everyone inside here, inside the technology department helps in this, but what you're looking at is the inventory process as we were going through. And when the last school was finally recorded and we hit 100%, I couldn't capture this screen quick enough. People that have run inventory systems understand what the lift was to try to get to even something like this, let alone find it. And this is opening the teacher's drawer, looking for that iPad. It's a tough job. I mean, it's a tough job. So I'm very proud of them. And as you can see, every one of the sites came through, including every one of the administrative offices and everything else. 100% accountability of our funds. That's what that shows. Current technology status. I would really like for us to take a second and look at this. The students get a brand new computer in 6th grade. We're changing the format, and that's for a hold for Neil, but they get a brand new computer when they're in 6th grade and stuff. The staff machines have just been replaced, and we have 4 years before we have to refresh them. The admin machines have 5 years before we have to refresh any of those. The interactive panels that are in every classroom, every conference room, all the way around here, we have 7 years before we have to refresh them. We have 6 years remaining still on warranty that is an immediate replacement, no cost to the district whatsoever at all. Wireless, 7 years before we even have to think about upgrading wireless, and we have one of the fastest wireless networks in the state. There's no question about that. And our network switches were 7 years. But the key point that I want to point this out, there's very few districts that can say half of this is true with them. Half. That's a pretty amazing feat. Kyle set me up really well, and we have just continued on. I will always thank Kyle for what he has done. Our pilot programs, we have 2 very successful pilot programs. Our silent dismissal is going live completely. From the very top to the very bottom. And when we're saying we're going live with silent dismissal, people think that it's just a simple tracking program of the students, and it is while they're inside the school, but they need the tools and everything to be able to pull this off successfully. So now we have to increase wireless capability in the parking lots, inside the streets and so forth, so that the iPads that they'll be using be able to make that connection and keep the entire circle going through. So I'm very proud about that. We're moving forward. We're looking for that to be completed and 100% up before school gets out, and then it will be completely active for when they come back and start the school year. The other one is Parent View. I spoke of this at my last one a little bit. We're moving forward with Parent View. Parent View is the real-time bus tracking software. So, and we're only doing this for elementary students. They will have a badge to get on the bus. They will badge on, they will badge off. If they don't badge, the bus driver can badge it for them because they're very intimate with their kids. They know who's there and who's not. They have a list of all their deals. So there's going to be accountability. You know that Billy got on the bus. You know when Billy got off the bus. So we are providing an entire, with the silent dismissal program, we're starting the entire loop of accepting your child, keeping them, maintaining them throughout the day. You know exactly where they're in. You can reach out. The schools know what classroom, everything about that child, all the way to what car they got into at the end and what bus they got onto. Parent View then picks up the other half of that and goes, you're on a bus. So now we're informing the parent that you're on the bus and you got off the bus. So it's going to be very successful. I'm really happy. And we're going to have both of these great programs lit up and completely running before the end of the school year. Recent accomplishments, we installed a brand new radio system across the district, which was huge. Took a lot of elbow grease. I thank Brian very much for helping me with that. So that was a big lift. Access control, all of our vestibules, everything. I've came from many different districts. I've never had a district to where I can say that our 95% of our cameras are always up. I've never been there. I've never seen that. It's always been well into, well, you're lucky if you have 60% up. We have, the second cameras go down, our team's on it, and they just go over it. And Roger and Matt, they do an unbelievable job of making sure the world is tight. I appreciate them. The interactive panels that were installed in all the meeting spaces, we finally completed all that, so we're in good shape. We deployed all new copiers. We upgraded our switch network. We implemented advanced phishing reporting. We send out active emails every week to great people trying to get you to click it for us so that you can take, because there's no way around it. You get automatically assigned to take a course on what you shouldn't be doing. It's tough. It's and I think they picked up the pace because I'm getting them like twice a week now. So it's not just for everyone else. I get it as well and stuff. We've created the incident response plan for all of our cyber-related events. I dare you to find other districts that have that done. Actively sought after blank spots inside our wireless world. Malcolm came to me and asked for permission for that. And I'm like, God, yes. He literally walked around the building trying to find a blank spot so he could have put an AP there. So they had wireless everywhere. I thought that was pretty cool. We upgraded all the bus cameras. That's in the process right now. We're about a third of the way done, and that's a big deal. That'll be a big lift. So, and removed all projectors from the classrooms, and that was, oh my goodness, that was a lift. So our big thing that we've done, we've spent a lot of time here in the last few months making sure that we protect our data, because we have to look at things differently. We used to go out of our way to try to keep everybody out of our world. That was all we did. We really focused on that. You have to shift your mindset. This mindset is different now. How fast can you put your data back after they've messed it up? So that's what Keith, and a majority of the team have dumped an extraordinary amount of time and expenses on to ensure that we have that. So to give you a quick idea of how we do this, the very first thing that we needed and we got it accomplished was MFA. We needed multi-factor. Without that, that's the very key of beginning of being able to lock down our data. Access control, role-based access control. If you don't need it, you shouldn't be able to open it and read it. So it's completely done all the way through from our servers, all the way down to every user. Third-party vendors, we hold them accountable. We make sure that whatever they're doing, whatever they're providing for us, however they're working for us, they're going to work in our world. And if they're not, they have to, or they're not in our world. Data encryption, when the data, ensuring that all data, both at rest and in transit, are encrypted with very strong algorithms. Data backup and recovery. We've established data backup and disaster recovery plans to ensure the data can be restored in the event of an attack. You're seeing school districts that are out weeks, months. I'm not going to tell you the date because I don't want somebody to try to use us as an example to find out if we can do it or not, but we will not be months or weeks. Flash cloud storage. We have both have unbelievably fast storage on site, and then off-prem, we have cloud storage. So we're running our backups into two separate areas, multiple separate areas, just to ensure that at any point in time, anything is compromised, we can pull it from somewhere else. And regular security audits, vulnerability assessments, as well as employee training and regular cybersecurity training. There's where the phishing and everything else is going through there. So very proud of what we have done. We're almost there. Once we have the firewall, a new firewall, I'll feel a little better. Long-term projects, we have the new phone system we still have to get up and running. We still have to pick that. We'll be engaging a lot of players in that one to help us pick that new system. Access control phase 3, we have to add to the MDFs and the IDFs across the district. Access control of the elevators and add intruder alert systems inside the schools. As we have inside this building, it'll make it really easy for everybody to understand that we're in a lockdown, flashing lights outside. It just gives it everything as a verbal and stuff. And then it's just the quality training. Firewall upgrade must go through. Our large venue audio video upgrade, that's going to be a biggie. That's where the system that we have installed right here, we want this same system throughout the district at all places so that everybody is the same. LMS and SMS, get it this summer. Bonnie Lake High School will get it this fall, and then we'll complete half the elementaries next summer and the rest of the elementaries the summer after. So we have a really nice tight schedule with all that. I'm very proud of the team of getting all that figured out. What is working well? Having a common vision and aligning our resources to meet the mission of the district. The collaborative environment that's been created between all departments and the schools and the technology team, very proud of that. And to be absolutely honest, my entire team, they are working well. Thank you very much. I'm ready for any questions.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments?
Amazing, John. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. This is really good information. A lot of work that your team is performing and doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kevin, can I just say something really quick?
Go
Yes,
for it.
ma'am.
Go.
So Robin, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for all of that. That was overwhelming. And I just want to say, I love how you really represent your team and how proud you are of the work that they do. I mean, that really shines through, and it's clear that there are some huge lifts that are asked upon from all of you, and that you have an amazing team, not only of, of the team that you have in place, but that intern program sounds phenomenal. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for bringing students in, teaching them valuable skills that they can either turn into something to support and help our district, or turn around to use to get a job somewhere else. I think that's really fabulous. Please continue to do that. That's a terrific program. I also want to thank your staff for helping me with all my needs and never making me feel stupid. Thank you for that. That's a rare skill. And then my last thing is, you mentioned a couple of things, it sounds like some of the things that keep you awake at night are your ability, the ability to, it sounds like we've got a handle on it, but, protect our data, rebuild our data, restore our data. Are there other things that you're thinking about in the future that need to be done that, I know you mentioned the firewall, finishing that, there's a phone system, but that kind of keeps you awake at night, that need kind of to be addressed, that you feel we should be aware of, that might be asks in the future or needs in the future?
Oh, I can, thank you very much, first off, for the compliments. I have never been in a place I have felt so supported. There's not a single thing on our list that we don't need, that we don't get. We are taking a very systematic approach with our data. Our data getting to this point, getting to the point to where we are right now, I'm so very proud of. And we are very close of having that entire thing completed. The firewall is the last of it that will really bring us to that level to keep us at a point. The biggest thing is that we have got our data safe and we are constantly monitoring it for any change. You keep multiple sets of data and you look for change between the sets of data. That's how they get in. Because once they've embedded their stuff into you, a rogue Trojan or something, they're going to wait on that 6 to 9 months. They're wanting that to be replicated over and over and over again in your data before they activate it. We're constantly looking for that. The firewall, the newest firewall that we're looking at and stuff like that will help us keep people from just getting in, period. And that's where I'm at. But right now, the data side is that one will always keep me up. I wish I could say what, but it's just my character. Thank you again.
Well, I think we're lucky to have your character looking over us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Great comment, JB. Appreciate that. All right, next on the list is information only, Asset Prevention Program Annual Report. Facilities Manager John Boatman provided an annual report in reference to the Asset Preservation Program for Bonnie Lake High School, Lake Ridge Middle School, and Mountain View Middle School. As well, for information only is we have a public records transparency report. General Counsel Abigail Westbrook has provided a quarterly public records report to the board. This is a summary report regarding new public records requests that have been filed to the Sumner Bonnie Lake School District over the last 3 months. And that brings us to board discussion. Is there anything to discuss tonight?
I just want to say that I have been to a number of schools. I've been very involved learning about our district and what our teachers are doing, our principals are doing. I've just been amazed by the open arms I've seen this past month, wanting me to see how they're teaching our kids, all the different concepts they have going on. It's just been overwhelming, the acceptance to me, visiting our schools, see what's going on. It's just, and I've got more to visit in the future. So by the end of the summer, most schools in my area, I'll have them all visited and know what's going on. I want to be part of them, and they want me to be part of what's going on in the schools, including the PTA meetings and so on. So it's been a wonderful month, and I look forward to more in the future.
Yeah, that's really good to be able to get up to speed like that, and appreciate your putting the time in to do that. I think the community office oftentimes find themselves, anytime they have a question, they just ask, and where they get the answers, and they get their arms wrapped around them. And because this is a complex system, there's not a simple answer to every question, and things weave their ways through a number of different departments, and the district does a great job of being transparent. So, yeah. JB, did you have any discussion tonight?
Thanks, Kevin. No, I don't. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, if we're good, then we will announce the next board meeting has been scheduled for Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and we'll begin at 6 p.m. right here in the Central Board office. And at this time, in accordance with Open Public Meetings Act provision for executive sessions, the Sumner Bonnie Lake School District Board of Directors will hold an executive session for the purpose of discussing potential litigation. Action is not anticipated following the executive session. We are adjourned.